Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about how to create a histogram, which is another way, just like a box and whisker plot, to look at and analyze data. And then tomorrow we're going to be comparing the two, looking at histograms and box and whisker plots and seeing how the data is distributed. So the very first thing you need to know about histograms versus bar graphs, which we're used to, is the fact that bars touch in histogram. And the second thing is the x-axis values are all quantitative, which means that your answer to the question for a histogram has to be a number, not a word. For example, I could say something like, how many brothers or sisters do you have? And your answer would be a number, 0, 1, 12. However, if I asked you what was your favorite food and you said pizza, then that would not work for a histogram. You could do a bar graph, but not a histogram. So all of your answers to the question or the survey have to be numbers in order for it to be a histogram. So I'm going to go ahead and ask the question, how many pets do you own? Continuing with our pet theme. And this is the same data that we learned yesterday and the exact same data that we worked on and used for your box and whisker plots. So the same information here, it was asked in a class and these were the responses. And so the first step that you need to do is create a frequency table. A frequency table is how many times each of those occur. So if I count the number of answers that were 0, there were 5 zeros. There was 7 ones. 10 people said they owned 2 pets. 6 people said they owned 3 pets. 3 people said they owned 4 pets. And once again, we have that one person who lived on a farm and they said that one person said they owned 15 pets. So the second thing you're going to do is go ahead and draw a quadrant 1 graph. So that's just your X and Y axis starting at the origin. It looks like this. After that, you're going to label your intervals on the X axis. So these can be 1 per, or an interval can be more than 1 in each set. So I did intervals of 2 data points. So my first interval is between 0 and 1. Then the next is the people who said 2 and 3, etc., all the way up to 14 to 15. So we're going to go ahead and add frequency on the y-axis, and we're going to label both of those. So we see for our most there, for 2 and 3, we have 17 combined for that column. So we need to go at least to 20. And then, of course, the answer to the bottom is the number of pets, and how many times it happened, or the frequency, is our y-axis. So now we're going to go ahead and draw our bars. So when we look at our data between 0 and 1 here, I can see that there's 12. So we're going to go ahead and draw a bar that goes up to 12 for those number of people. We know 12 people said either 0 pets or 1 pet. We're going to go ahead and draw our next bar for 2 or 3. And we know that that's 16 people altogether. Now, remember, those bars are touching. So there is no gap in between like you might see on a traditional bar graph. Now, 4 to 5, we only have 3 responses. And then we don't have any responses for 6 to 7, 8 or 9, 10, 11, or 12 or 13. So we don't put anything there. And finally, we had 1 response at 14 to 15. So this is our completed histogram. This is what our histogram looks like. And like I said, tomorrow we're going to go ahead and take a look at this histogram, and we're going to compare it with the box and whisker plot with the same data that we looked at just yesterday. Our word of the day is hand sanitizer. I hope you guys are keeping healthy and clean and sanitizing your hands. Have a great one, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to you tomorrow where we're comparing histograms and box and whisker plots. Talk to you soon. Hope you have a great day.